Namaste everybody, welcome back to your 30-day challenge. Today's day 13 and it's motion. So we're going to be spending a lot of time on our core today. And I have a little secret for you. I've already recorded this video, but I didn't record the sound, so I'm having to redo it straight away. So let's see how these abs of mine hold up. This will prove the strength that maybe I do or don't have. We'll see. So I'm really sorry if our dog barks a lot. Negrito. He has a nemesis here and it's a little yellow bird. Every time he sees one he goes crazy. So if he barks, just take that energy and use it to strengthen your core even more. All right, let's hop straight into it, shall we? Let's come onto all fours, onto our hands and feet, our hands and knees. Knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Keep a nice neutral spine, nice and long through the neck, just looking down. When you're ready, close your eyes and we're just going to take a moment here to already tap into the core. So on every inhale, make your inhales and exhales nice and strong. On every inhale, feel the lift of the belly come up. And on the exhale, really squeeze the abdomen as well. So already starting to engage everything. So close the eyes. Let's start our 5 deep inhales and exhales. Full up the whole chest, sucking up the belly as you inhale, and exhale, squeeze it all back. Wonderful. Open the eyes and let's do a couple of cat-cows here. So drop the belly, inhale and look up. Exhale, arch the spine, push the shoulders apart. Inhale, look up. Exhale, arch. Inhale, look up, take one more. Exhale, arch. Now sit back on your heels and let's give our wrists a little stretch out before we continue. So turn the fingers away from the body, externally rotating, having the fingers facing towards the body. Lean down and then push your spine back a little bit. And feel that stretch on the outside here of the wrists. Maybe look up, push the shoulder blades away from the ears and take 3 deep breaths. Wonderful. Let's come back into our tabletop. We're going to start our core from here. Let's lift up this left hand, look straight ahead, and then lift the right leg. If you need more stability, untuck those left toes and use them for a little more stability here. Really lengthen the whole body. On an exhale, draw your elbow to your knee and bend the neck down, looking towards the navel. Inhale, look up. Extend through the legs, through the arm. And exhale, draw the knee to the elbow. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw them together. And drop that knee down. Just give your right wrist a little shake out because you've been resting on that one. And then come back to your tabletop and let's do the same on the other side. Send your right arm ahead, look ahead, lift up through the left leg. Come up onto the toes of the right foot if you need to. Just hold this for a second, and on an exhale, let's draw the knee to the elbow. Inhale, extend, look forward. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. And then drop the hand and the knee back down. Sit back on your legs and let's take a little child's pose here. Hands by the side of the body. Allow the shoulders just to rest down. Return to a natural breath just for a moment. Now extend your arms in front of you. We're going to come into downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Don't worry if your heels are still not touching the ground. Nothing wrong with that. Feel the extension of the spine. Send the tailbone up towards the sky. Take 2 breaths here. Nice and deep through the nostrils. On your next inhale, lift up through the feet so the heels are off the ground, and just roll your spine forward into plank. Come into a nice strong plank here. Hands underneath your shoulders, pulling up through the shoulder blades. Hold this for 2 breaths. And then drop this right arm down onto the forearm and then the left arm. Take your time getting there. Interlace the fingers and come down for a forearm plank just for 3 breaths. Drop the knees and send the hips back into child's pose. Rest the head down, hands by your side. Now inhale your hands to the sky. Take a mini back bend here, looking up. And draw your hands to your heart center. Let's take our legs out in front of us now. We're going to do some boat pose, which is a great way to build core strength. So sit up nice and long in the spine. Bend through the knees. Start to lean back, and already you'll feel engagement in your stomach here. Hold that for a moment. Open through the chest. Take the hands behind the knees and start to lift either one foot at a time or take both feet off the ground at the same time, finding your balance with both sit bones on the ground. If you'd like to, you can move your sit bones out to the side, the flesh away from the sit bones out to the side. Lean back. Keep the shoulders nice and wide. For some of you, this may be enough and you can just stay here. If this is enough, stay here holding onto the ankles for as long as you can, and then just take a rest whenever you need to. For those of you that want to go a step further, let go from behind the knees, lean a little further back. Keeping your neck nice and long, looking straight ahead. A little bit up, not too up and not too down. On an inhale, we're going to extend the legs and lean further back. So inhale, extend, exhale, draw the knees back to the chest. That's 1. We're going to do 5. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knees to the chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knees to the chest. We've got 2 more, you've got this. Inhale, extend. Inhale, knees to the chest. Inhale, extend. Last one. Exhale, knees to the chest. Hug the knees in. See if you can keep those toes off of the ground. Try to keep the balance. Don't worry if you don't. And then release. Good job. Just take a breather here just for a moment. And then we're going to come and lie down onto our backs. So, sit up nice and tall. Engage the core. Take the arms out in front of you and very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, using your core strength, come down all the way flat on your back. That feels good. Bring your knees up towards the bum. We're going to take a bridge here. So you can keep your hands down on the ground beside your body, or you can start to lift up through the hips and interlace your hands behind your back. As you lift higher, start to walk the shoulder blades closer towards each other behind you. Send the pubic bone high up into the sky. Engage the legs, keeping them drawn into the midline. Don't allow them to fall apart. Just breathe here for 3 breaths. And then if you've got your hands interlaced, release them by the sides of the body, and as slowly as you can, with your eyes closed, release the back down to the ground, vertebrae by vertebrae once again. As slowly as possible. Once you're there, hug your knees in towards the armpits, opening them up wide. And then draw them together and hug them towards the heart center. Just enjoy this for a moment. Now when you're ready, let's take our legs at about a 90-degree angle to the ground. You can have the knees stacked directly above the hips, or you can have them a little closer towards the body, whatever feels better for you. Now interlace the hands behind your head, so just lift your neck up off the ground, interlace the hands behind the skull, behind the base of the skull. And one thing you need to concentrate whenever we do any sort of crunch or lifting of the shoulders off of the ground is that you really engage the core and concentrate that all the strength is coming from the core and not from the neck. Don't use your hands to pull on the neck. Instead, your hands are just a hammock. So on your exhale, let's lift the shoulders off the ground. Now turn your shoulders towards the left, keeping them off the ground. Now inhale your right leg to the sky, and on an exhale, slowly draw that leg down, hover it off the ground just for a moment, and exhale it back to meet the other leg. We're going to do this 5 times. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, slowly draw it down, and then to the back to center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Then the center. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Draw it back to the center. Bring the neck towards the center again and drop the head down. Let's give the legs another squeeze towards the armpits. Open up through the thighs. And draw them into the center. Let's do the same on the other side. So taking the knees to a 90-degree angle to the ground. Engaging the core already. Interlace the fingers behind the neck. Keep the thumb released so that the thumb is just behind the ears, coming towards the jaw, creating a really nice hammock here. On your exhale, lift your shoulders, and we're going to turn to the right side. So exhale, turn to look to the right, keep the shoulders off the ground. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, lower. Draw it back to center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Back to center. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Center. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And back to the center. Bring everything back to the center. Drop your head down. And allow your legs just to hang heavy over the stomach like this. Close the eyes. Release the hands and hold on to the knees. Squeeze them in towards the body. Take a moment to have a breather before we do our very last core exercise here. Now the core is so important, not only for vanity reasons. Yes, a nice strong core can look lovely, but it's also really good to help with back pain. It's great for stability. It's also really helpful for our practice because the stronger our core, the longer we can hold positions. Which of course with time, when you start to build that strength, it has so many beneficial factors for holding poses for longer periods of time. A stronger core also equals a better digestion and just overall good health. Take 1 more deep inhale. And then exhale. Let's release our legs down. We're going to take them hip distance apart and a little bit away from the bum. A few inches away from the bum. Take your shoulder blades behind you. Tuck them under the body. Interlace the fingers behind the neck again. Now we're going to do a few crunches. We're just going to do 10. And once again, use the core strength to lift the shoulders off the ground. Don't use the hands to pull on the neck and don't allow the neck to strain too much. Instead, look straight ahead. Don't look down and don't look up. Try to keep everything nice and long. When you come up, exhale, and as you come down, inhale. So let's start off. I'm going to count us down. So lift up, using your core, exhale, inhale down, 1, inhale up, exhale up, inhale down, 2, exhale lift, inhale down, 3, exhale lift, exhale down, inhale down, I'm getting confused. 4, exhale lift, inhale down, 5, let's do 5 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, And last one, 5. Inhale down, release everything, release the hands by the side of the body. Allow your feet to fall open, your legs to fall open. Keep the soles of the feet together, like you're in a reclined butterfly here. Hands to the belly, send some love there. Just close the eyes, breathe here. Allow your breath to return to its normal rhythm. And allow all of your thoughts just to pass. Now take your hands behind your head. Using your thumbs, let's give our necks a little massage here. So just massage behind the neck wherever you feel you need it. It's showing it some love. Maybe turn your head to one side and use that hand to massage wherever you need a little bit of love. And then turn your head the opposite direction and massage on the opposite side. Now let's extend our legs out in front of us and we're going to roll over onto our bellies. We're just going to take a counter pose here. Because we've done a lot of lifting of the chest, pulling the belly in. We now want to open up. So come into Sphinx pose, taking your elbows underneath your shoulders, hands and fingers spread nice and wide, pushing those arms, the forearms deeply into the mat, bending through the spine. Keep the legs nice and long and nice and strong. Lifting up through the chest, opening up through the collarbones. Keep your gaze straight ahead, and you can close your eyes here. Just enjoy this moment. Take 5 more deep breaths here. And release. Come back onto the back body. Turn over and we're going to take our final resting pose, Shavasana. I've lost my talk, my words now. And then send your legs nice and long out in front of you. A little wider than hip distance apart. Your hands a few inches away from the body, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Close the eyes and allow everything to be nice and heavy. Feel the weight of the body sinking into the ground. Just releasing and giving in. We're just going to take 1 minute here for complete silence and for complete relaxation. You're more than welcome to stay a lot longer than a minute. But for those of you that want to close off your practice with me, then let's take 60 seconds of complete quiet and stillness. Any thoughts that come into your mind, just allow them to pass. Don't pay them 1 minute of attention. I'll meet you in a minute. For those of you that are ready to close off your practice, keeping your eyes closed, just very slowly start to move the tips of the fingers, feeling that tingling sensation coming back into the body. And then maybe move the toes nice and slowly. And then let's rotate the wrists and the ankles in one direction. And then rotate in the opposite direction. Now inhale your hands above your head. Maybe interlace the fingers and push the palms away from the body, stretching it all out. As if you'd just woken up in the morning. And then when you're ready, let's draw our palms to the heart center in prayer hands. Thank yourself for showing up on the mat again today. Thank yourself for showing your core this time and giving it all this love and trying to strengthen the whole body. I look forward to tomorrow. Until then, Namaste.